Hey, Mark Gellard here for tennisone, and I'm here with WTA professional player Melinda Zink, and today we're going to work on the secret to spin and how to generate a lot of top spin. And what I want to focus on today is an area that a lot of players don't pay enough attention to, and that's working on the legs. And what I like to think of, if you watch the video lesson with Novak Djokovic, he talks about how creating spin and power is all from the ground up and really using his legs. A lot of people are focusing on the wrist or the racket, but what I want to focus on today is really working on your legs, bending below the ball, and almost having the idea of creating the spin before you actually hit the ball. By this I mean bending your legs so that you're able to get under the ball and then drive your racket up the back of it. And in a match situation or in a pressure situation, you want to be relying on your big muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, and your gluteus, rather than just using your wrist to create the spin. So in this lesson here, we're going to take you over a few simple things that you can use at your local tennis club or in your practice that will hopefully facilitate better spin and more control in your shots. As low as you can get. Beautiful. Now force them up. Good. Force them up as you hit. Down and up. Good. That's it. Up the back of the ball. Lots of spin. Good. Low as you can get. Last three. Last two. Here we go. Down, 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 down. That's it. Best legs you've got now. Good. Low as you can get. Good. Yep. That's it. Like you're hitting a whip. That's okay. That's okay. Yep. Last three. Good. Last two. Down. Good. Good. That's it. Last one. Down. Good, Melinda. Okay, so now you've seen Melinda and I on the tennis court demonstrating some drills and some ways to get under the ball a little bit more. But now we're in a gym setting, and what I want to explain to you is the importance of bending your knees and generating strength and power from the ground up. Now, if you were able to see an interview with Novak Djokovic, one of the things that he explained when he was talking about creating topspin on his ground strokes was not the wrist or anything up here, it was actually in his legs. And what he showed was this motion here, bending and turning so that he can drop his racket face under the ball and then brush up the back of it. And that's one of the most underestimated parts of tennis, and people are forgetting to bend their knees. It's very basic, but it's very important. If this is a tennis ball here and I have my legs straight, this is my swing, and I'm unable to get under the ball. But if I now bend, I'm able to come more up the ball and then through it. And that's an important way of generating top. Okay, so in this drill here, a great way to improve your lower body strength, and it's very tennis specific. Take a nice weight, something not too heavy for you at the start. 3 possible positions to hold the weight. Here, here, or in my personal favorite, the goblet position, because this is going to keep our thoracic spine very straight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a forehand or backhand type motion. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to turn, okay, and drop my knee down. Just like I'm hitting a forehand, backhand. And right away I can feel this going all the way through my abs, and I've got to work my core really hard so that I can keep my back straight, and that's key in tennis. You watch great players like Marat Safin, he's really great at keeping his back straight when he plays. Okay, once I've done this drill, I can put my weight down, and I can just go into a very simple drill here, where I bend, and I get that outside leg wide, and I drop that inside leg. And I'm nice and ready position, down, and catch the ball. And this is going to really promote getting down. And down. And that's the best way for us to work on our lower body strength, that we can really improve the strength in our legs in a tennis-specific way, not just coming in and doing squats or doing some heavy lifting. This is really tennis-specific. Okay, in this video here you can see WTA touring professional Melinda Zink, and in this video what I want you to pay attention to is her leg bend, because this is the most important factor, as we've already mentioned, in tennis and often forgotten by all players. So what I want you to really pay close attention to is how she's able to bend her knees before she hits the ball, which allows her to drop her racket head into the right position in the slot and then drive up and through the ball with topspin. Now remember, in order to create topspin, we have to get our racket head below the height of the ball and then drive up and through. And this can only be done if you bend your knees like you see Melinda doing here, and then really driving up the back of the ball, creating a nice brush effect, which will allow you to keep that good shaped ball that we're all looking for. In this video I just wanted to give you an example of a top professional male player doing the same thing as Melinda, and what you'll be able to observe in this video is how Andy Murray is able to bend his leg and then really drop his racket head behind and below the ball, so that he's then able to drive his body up and through, creating a nice spin ball. Now, it's very important if you're a woman out there and you'd like to play tennis. One of the studies has shown scientifically that women are actually about 15 centimeters higher than men in most sports, which means you have a big disadvantage because you're having to hit the ball from a much higher level. You're losing power, but you're also losing topspin, which is control. So if you can really work on lowering your center of gravity, getting a good shoulder turn and bending your knees so that you can drive up the back of the ball, you're going to see vast improvements in your tennis in a very short period of time. But go out there and watch those professional players. You may recall the 39-shot rally, a great point at the Australian Open between Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray. And you can watch in that the amount of running that they did and the amount of turning, and this will be a common picture in that rally. If you go back and watch that rally, how they were both in this position a lot. And if you go to your local club and pay attention to your recreational players, you're going to see a lot of this. And everyone's focusing on their hand and what's going on up here near the ball. But they've all forgotten about the most important point of tennis. The most important part is a nice, solid center of gravity, a good bend, and driving up the back of the ball with spin. That is the key to being a great tennis player.